Hola. This is the first of probably not that many, but I'm going to try. Review on movies. The first few are going to be all Tim Curry movies because I love Tim Curry. He's awesome. Just trust me. British guys are cool. So, the first one is going to be on the movie Stephen King's It. And I have a little script here because this is like my fourth time trying and I just kept going on and on, so I'm going to stop talking now. So, it was, what is it? Hold on. It's two different storylines. One is in 1985 and one is in 1958. So roughly 30 years apart. And it's a story about 7 kids who are being terrorized by this killer clown who's killed a lot of other kids. But I never actually understood why he didn't go after them. Like, didn't just kill them immediately, but he decided to, like, torture them and mess with their heads and freak them out. There was werewolves and, like, him jumping out of the shower, like, controlling it was in the boys' locker room, the shower heads, and then just, like, opening the shower floor and popping out and pretending to be one of the kids' dead dad, and then turning into the clown, or making books bleed, or making a balloon full of blood explode out of a sink. You know, that kind of stuff. So he didn't kill them, but they, so that's the flashback version of the story. The one that's in present day is them, all the 7 kids, well, 6 kids because one of them still lives there, those kids all being called back, those adults now, being called back to, was it Derry? I think it's in Maine. I'm pretty sure it's in Maine. Let me write it down. I did not write it down because I'm cool. Meh. What? So, they get called back, and throughout the whole movie, it's, about the first hour and a half, I think, is flashbacks from one of them, the one who's still there, Mike, calling Ben and calling Bill, Beverly, Stan, hold on, Bill, Beverly, Stan, Eddie, did I say Ben? Let me start that over. He's calling Bill, Ben, Beverly, Eddie, Richie, and Stan, talent, to go back to Derry, and as he's calling each one, they're having flashbacks to their past, because for some reason they don't remember him. I think it has something to do with post-traumatic stress disorder. They're remembering bits and pieces of their childhood living in Derry, and then they start remembering the clown named Pennywise, played by Tim Curry. Yay! Psycho clown, whee! So, as it gets further into the flashback, it deals with the clown, but it also deals with bullies, which I found to be really interesting, because the bullies eventually, were killed by Pennywise. You know, why not? So, yeah. I'm trying to think of how to not give anything away. So, when they were still young, they went into the sewers where the clown lived. That's where a lot of his killings took place, in or around sewers. Around sewer system, connected to sewer system. I keep saying, I can't help it. I'm trying to remember everything. So the kids actually go into the, what's it called? The canal, sewer, the underground sewer place thingy that you're actually able to walk through. And they face the clown, and they shoot it with silver because they don't know what to do. And then he melts, and then everybody thinks he's dead, so they all leave. And 30 years later, they get called back because all those mysterious and very gruesome killings start again. And they, one of them after he gets the phone call, freaks out and kills himself, which I thought was, like, not good, but I thought it added to the plot a lot, because it gave the other six, like, that more of a reason to kill, in my opinion, to kill, the clown. I don't know if I mentioned it, but his name is Pennywise. And I also thought, in the book, too, when the man had killed himself, he had written the word "it" on his bathroom wall. So I thought that just added more depth to the whole thing. Because if not, it would have just been like any other horror movie out there. There would have been no real, like, oh, look, something's going to kill me. Instead of running and hiding behind chainsaws and going through a graveyard, rather than going to a running car, which works just fine, let's hide behind the chainsaws. That commercial was so stupid, by the way. Just saying. They eventually, they all met up and they remembered everything and they faced off with the clown one more time. And that time it was actually killed. But I didn't like the way the clown was just taking the form, it was just taking the form of a clown. It wasn't actually that clown, that specific clown. So what it really was, I just found to be kind of stupid, but I should have expected it, because Stephen King. Because Stephen King. Logic. Yeah. I guess that's really it. Yeah, so I would give that 10 out of 10 feet. 10 out of 10 feet. I don't have 10 feet though, so wee. Yeah. I would recommend this book. The book to anybody who actually has time and an interest in reading and for reading. But the book's really long. I think I already mentioned it. It's 1,163 pages. But the movie is 3 hours and 7 minutes, so it just depends on how much time you actually want to put into something that is kind of scary. Also, if you're scared easy, just don't. Because the movie didn't really bother me. I jumped at one part just because I was expecting the clown, but it wasn't the clown. So I was like, it's not a clown. I love the clown. But the book actually had me on edge for a few parts. I was like, what? No! Ah! Probably out loud, but, whatever. So, yeah, it's a time-consuming thing, but it's really good. So, that is all for this one. Next up, probably Rocky Horror Picture Show. Whee! Okay, bye.